Go back again to Money Business with our guest, Dr. Abbas Zoghary, who's an economic expert. And of course, in agriculture, that this is also your field. Well, how do you see today's project? Not only project, like the different projects that President Sisi is keen to push very hard, especially for the time being and the situation, all situations actually, because we are the Egyptian population is growing by the minute. This is very important and absorbing a lot of development taking place on the local scene. Of course, it's very important to secure their own the food for them, as Dr. Aidel mentioned. It's a national thing. It's very important. And as we see nowadays with the what's happening in Europe and with the war between Russia and Ukraine, that European countries cannot, to go to the supermarket, people cannot find all what they need, like a bottle of oil and all that, and the prices are just, rising tremendously. How do you see the whole situation? And now, trying to solve that and make sure all that is needed, for the population is there.
Well, actually, I just will be starting since the time that we have met in 2015.
Years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where we have talking about how you can attract the investment to Egypt.
Yeah.
We talk about roads, we talk about electricity, we talk about public transportation, we talk about transportation by railway. We talk about everything that can attract investment.
Yeah.
And we are now in 2022, and we have been traveling all over and ups and downs. There is a lot of progress in Egypt thanks to President Sisi and the government. And actually, I enjoyed a lot when I see how they work and how they arrange. And the most important thing which happened is the electricity station which has been built, and it helps Egypt a lot for the factories, and a lot of projects. And also, Egypt just wake up for the agriculture, and since 1956 or since a very long time, we had about 2 million fadan of 2 million hectares in Egypt, where we use it for agriculture. I remember also that they have said that Egypt has land that can feed the world. I don't know if you could remember this word.
Yeah.
What I have meant with it, we have a lot of land which is dry, but we can use it for agriculture, and we will be able in the future to export. I mean, we import wheat in the moment. Our agriculture for wheat, production is about 10 million ton per year, but now, this year. But I think in the future, if we will use the good land for it, we could be able to export wheat in the future for other countries. So we'll be not import anything from abroad. This also has cost Egypt a lot of foreign currency. For example, we import for about $70 billion a year. And in the beginning, we have reduced it to 50, but actually in the later time, we became back to 70 billion because of the raw materials which we need for the industry. So by all means, all the projects which has been arranged and made, it's something which we have to be proud of it as Egyptian, and it helps the country a lot. So you can travel, for example, now from Cairo to Aswan by the new railway in 4 hours.
Yeah, which is a dream, you know, like
it was a
long
dream.
time by train.
It was a dream, but
yeah.
it becomes true.
Definitely.
And also the public transportation is not yet well arranged. But if I see in Cairo for the metro, the new line which has been built to Zamalek and to the other place, and also the monorail, which will be going to the new city, and also going to Shuruk and then all this place. That's a lot of independence. The most important thing is that they have worked on the railway for transportation. Our goods from Toshka and from Alexandria to Aswan, we have used trucks before. Of course, we had bad roads, but now we have a very important and very good roads. But the railway which has been built, and which they are still building it and doing it, will save a lot of time and a lot of roads if they will use the railway to transportation all these goods which will be useful for the.
You mean like building or renewing? You know, there is renewing.
No, they're building. They make another line.
Another
line on the east coast of the Nile.
Yeah.
We have an old line to Aswan. Well, they build now a new one on the east coast, the east side, that goes, and this will be in 4 hours. You can travel from Cairo to Aswan. That's how I'm very glad that this all happened, and I'm very proud that Egypt has reached this point in the time of President Sisi. I know it has cost millions.
Yeah.
It has cost a lot of money.
But it will save, you know, billions actually.
In the long run, maybe in 5 years' time, you will get. I mean, if you drive in the roads, you have to pay entrance for 15 pounds or 10 pounds or 5 pounds. But it's not bad because you will save tires, you will save a lot of gasoline, you save your car, you drive in a good road. So people does not find it very bad. It's very good. They are happy with it.
Definitely.
If we talk about projects, there is a lot of project has been made in Egypt. A lot of factory has been opened. A lot of places has been.
Things that were not working before right now. You know, again, I always say it's from you know, from dream to reality. Well, these things seemed after, you know, like what we passed through and the last 30 years, you know, like that development kind of like stopped. Dreams, you know, became dreams to achieve lots of what is happening right now. And our dreams became reality, and they're becoming reality.
In the past, we know all that was not enough money, or was enough money and was not using it very in the right place.
Yeah.
But they have said, or the president have said, who will attract the project? Who will arrange that this has to be done? As I have seen many times, that the president said, I need this project to be happen in 1 year. They said, we need 2 years. He said, only 1 year. And everybody is going to work, and they arrange in 1 year.
Exactly.
So there is a stability. There is money. From where the money has become, it's a lot. It needs a lot of time to explain. But they have money, we have resources. And also, the resources which we have now more is, maybe you have heard about Suez Canal. And this is what you have been talking about in the beginning, the dollars and the Egyptian pound. It becomes 25 PS or less. There is a lot of sources which they have changed for the deposits for the Gulf.
Yeah.
The deposit has
Exactly.
turned it to investment, and that we have actually during the war between Russia and Ukraine, we lost from our reserve foreign money about $4 billion for the raw materials which we have to import from abroad. But actually last months we have earned about $41 million from the deposit, from the Gulf deposit, and also from the income of the Suez Canal, and also from the way how we pay our import.
Yeah.
Because before the time we paid on the collections, and now we paid in deposits, but now we have to pay in collection. That takes 60 days or 70 days, and this saves times, and the money can make money, like they said. So if you have money, it makes interest. By all means, we're going in a good direction, and this is give Egypt a lot of credit. For now, we are busy with the IMF to get a certificate of credit confidence.
Yeah.
I mean, if you going to deal with a foreign company, if the IMF give you this certificate, you can pay the money on the time that you have to pay it, or you can pay, and not you are forced to pay it, and you can arrange the contracts easily than before. So I'm happy that we reached this point.
Well, actually, like it's been a long way, and that Egypt passed through the stages it passed through, and then it came to a halt, and almost hit rock bottom in 2011 and 2012. When things started, developing, and nobody could believe. If anybody travels 1 week and comes back, and this is from a lot of guests that were came to Egypt after they travel, and came to Egypt for a short visit, and then they decided to stay, not to go back, because they saw tremendous development taking place on the local scene, and they saw opportunities taking place, even though we are passing through hard times. Every economy actually nowadays with the coronavirus pandemic and its variants and the lockdowns and all that, but then work has been adamant and very hard, and things just got better. Even I think these bad times were to our favor in some things. Like we could export more vegetables or olives, and taking places of others that were just giving the best or exporting the best, but we took our place there.
Of course, this has taken very long time, but we are doing it well, but not very well.
Why?
Let's be honest in our talking.
Okay.
We cannot export vegetables or fruits while we need it. We cannot export our milk production while we need it. Of course, this brings a lot of foreign money, but we have to arrange it. We have, like you see, the product in Egypt is getting expensive in the moment, while we have a lot of it. We have a lot of it, but people mentality must also be treated that they can go in the right way.
There can be more, maybe more information they can get in order to be able to see things right.
They have the information and they know everything very well, but they use it. They have some ways that make things very expensive for the population. But the government is doing the right thing now, and they're trying to make a lot of control about the prices.
Yeah, so you mean, you know, like the people, you mean, you know, that just, you know, like they have the information, you know, you mean the producers, or let's say, you know, the, let's say shops, or, you know.
Not the producer, the merchant is.
Oh, okay.
The
So, you know,
merchant is. The
the
merchant is.
sellers of some,
The
of the
merchant is of
produce of
everything.
some
Yes.
products, you know,
Need
food
more
products.
control.
Definitely. Then they, you know, just, you know, they know, but then they make use of the situation to put higher prices. But this was controlled during Ramadan, because, you know, everything was there, and there are other outlets that sell, you know, like there is the police, there is the army, there are other, you know, like well, they say, you know, like other stores, other shops, you know, that were just or supermarkets that gave products with very reasonable prices for the people. Everybody was finding anything they wanted there.
I am absolutely agree with you. Egypt is a very huge country. It's a very big country, and is not a poor country anymore. Egypt is a rich country. I can give you a little example. The president has offered the certificates of 18% interest in the bank.
Yeah.
In about 5 weeks' time, they collect about 70 billion Egyptian pound, which is $39 million.
Yeah.
So we are not poor. We have a lot of money.
Money
People
is there.
use it before for dollaration,
Yeah.
and they keep it at home, or
Yeah.
they buy gold and keep it home.
Yeah.
But the president has asked in the beginning, we would like to use the monetary way.
Yeah.
We'd like to know how much money in Egypt. And we are in the right way. We didn't reach it yet, but it's going okay. I'm very happy, and I'm very pleased to see Egypt reach this time. So we are really happy about it. But people got to help.
Yeah.
I mean, the president and the government.
We asked the help with the Suez Canal before,
yes.
and it happened.
Yes,
Yeah.
the president and the government cannot do everything, but we have to do
Definitely.
our best as
course.
Egyptian people, Egyptian population, to help the government to reach the system, the way, and also to control each other. This is important. What's admire me more, today was a program about the agriculture, and about how we reach to the production of our wheat,
Yeah.
and also how to keep it, and which kind of agriculture industry. We reach a lot of ways and a lot of modern system that we can keep our production for a long time, that we can use it on time, the wheat, the maize, everything. So I hear today that the government and the army are succeeded to create water, and to water purification from the sea, and water purification from what we use, and this costs a lot
You mean
of money.
the desalination plants?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and this costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
But in 3-4 years' time, you will get it more back.
Yeah, yeah.
But we can aggregate more land. I was on a trip to Wahat, and I
The
hear
oasis.
this, I see the story. I hear the story about the Roman
Yeah.
when they were in Egypt, that they were aggregate wheat there to feed Italy, so can get all the wheat. So they were exporting the wheat from Egypt
To Italy.
to Europe. So we have a lot of lands, we can use it.
Yeah.
I know that needs a lot of money,
Yeah.
but in long run, we will not import any
We'll be self-sufficient.
wheat from abroad.
yeah.
We will not import any maize. We will not import any oil. So we can use this in Egypt. So Egypt. It's a very rich country and not bored anymore. But we have to use it on the right track. We have to use the right track.
Yeah.
Also, we have of the government, and the president has made a lot of projects. But there is 3 things which I have to remind tonight. We take care of the education, we take care of the medical, build a lot of hospitals, we build a lot of university. It's fine, it's
Yeah,
great,
yeah.
and this is very, very nice. But there is 3 things which needed in Egypt to take care of it, and this is actually the methods which we have to build our people in it, like milk, like production, and water, and bread. This is three things. I'm not saying that's bad, but it needs improvement. Because if we need our children to be healthy, we have to arrange a lot of milk product for them that they can drink and eat. And this is very important for them.
Healthy products.
Healthy products.
Like, you know, they used to do a long time ago at schools, you know, they would provide the children in government schools with good meals just to give them to be healthy.
I don't need it also only for the school.
Yeah.
I'm asking, I have talked before about a lot of projects, and I'm glad that happened. But these projects, I'm asking, and I hope that the president here or someone from the government, three things get to be improved in Egypt.
Okay, we can really talk about that in details after the break. So we go for a short break, after which we'll be coming back.
Okay.
Stay tuned to us, don't go away.
Amid complex and intertwined challenges and crises facing the global economy in light of the corona pandemic and the subsequent repercussions of the Russian-Ukrainian crisis, the Egyptian state was able to preserve the gains of economic reform in a way that contributed to the ability to absorb and contain the negative effects of shocks internally and externally. The government was also able to support efforts to stimulate investment, diversify production patterns, localize some industries, and increase the contributions of the private sector to the development process, which has had its fruits in keeping international credit rating institutions on their positive, stable, and optimistic view of the Egyptian economy. Where the media center of the Council of Ministers issued a report highlighting Egypt's success in maintaining the confidence of credit rating institutions after its positive response to global economic shocks in light of crises that shook the strongest economies. The report pointed to the continuation of fixing Egypt's credit rating with a stable outlook after a wave of downgrading the credit ratings of many countries in the world. Whereas Fitch has kept Egypt's rating at B+ since March 2019, stressing that Egypt's recent record of financial and economic reforms and its large economy, which has achieved strong growth, contributed to stabilizing the rating with a stable outlook. Where Fitch indicated that the Egyptian economy continued to recover during the third quarter of 2021 to record a strong growth rate of 9.8%, driven by the growth of exports and domestic demand, expecting the Egyptian economy to continue to achieve strong growth during this year. For its part, Standard & Poor's has affirmed Egypt's rating at B since May 2018, pointing out its stable future outlook for the Egyptian economy reflects its expectations that the policies taken by Egypt will contribute to preventing a major financial deterioration in light of the global price hike crisis. Standard & Poor's indicated that in light of the application of monetary policies globally, most emerging markets, including Egypt, were affected, and it is expected that Egypt will be able to manage the current conditions by maintaining its fiscal policies in the medium term. The same institution confirmed that what Egypt achieved in recent years in terms of a small deficit in the balance of its oil trade and what it has now reached in terms of self-sufficiency in gas and even achieving a surplus continued to alleviating the severity of the crisis of high global oil prices on Egypt, explaining at the same time that it sees growth prospects strong in the medium term supported by the implementation of financial and economic reforms. In turn, Moody's has affirmed Egypt's rating at B2 since April 2019, noting that Egypt's economic and financial reforms support its credit file in light of the current challenges, according to the agency's latest report issued on January 2022. Moody's indicated that the central bank's recent decisions contributed to protecting foreign exchange reserves, expecting that Egypt's access to additional funding sources would contribute to reducing the current account deficit. This comes as the same agency confirmed that Egypt's response to the repercussions of the Russian-Ukrainian crisis reflects the effectiveness of government policies, as support packages have contributed to alleviating the repercussions of the price hike. In the midst of the complex and intertwined challenges and crises facing the global economy in light of the corona pandemic and the subsequent repercussions of the Russian-Ukrainian crisis, Tariq Amer, governor of the central bank, said that the central bank aims for the holder of the pound to be the winner in the medium term, indicated that the central bank's policies towards the exchange market flexible and adapts to all international changes. He added that the 18% certificate was issued during the last period to give an added value to the savings of individuals, especially since there are many Egyptian families who live and depend on these savings. Tariq Amer added that the central bank corrected the exchange rate due to the start of the conflict in Eastern Europe in March, and as a result, foreign exchange revenues increased, stressing that the Egyptian banking sector is the last institution to have problems. The central bank governor indicated that negotiations with the International Monetary Fund are going very well, and the fund is very happy to work with Egypt. He noted that there are no difficult conditions imposed by the International Monetary Fund on Egypt, and there are no conditions that affect the citizen in the first place. Tariq Amer continued that it is expected that the value of the funding was not large, as the aim of restoring to the fund is to benefit from the structural reforms from the fund's programs.
Okay.
Are we back again to Money Means Business with Dr. Abbas Zoghary? Well, we were talking about the exporting some items, not exporting some items, because and then like things could be cheaper if we just pay attention to what we are exporting or not exporting, subsidizing farmers, giving them subsidy for certain products to be healthy, to be for the people to be healthier.
We have talked before about health and education.
Yeah.
And I'm very glad there is a lot of university has been built, and they are busy with the general medical insurance for every Egyptian.
Yeah.
They use some cities, and it's very successful. I'm happy with it, and I hope in short time that will be in all over in Egypt. But we are talking now, that's a new project. I'm talking about the health. And health is not to get it when you are old. No, you have to start with it with the children. And how we can use this? I said 3 things, it has to be improved. Water, drinking water, milk production, and the bread.
Yeah.
If you go to any bakery in Egypt to buy the normal bread which you can buy, is not healthy. Sorry, you can have it at home, and after 2 or 3 hours, or in the evening, you cannot eat it. It's like leather. It's too hard. You cannot eat it very well. The bread need to be improved in Egypt. Mm-hmm. The milk production, I told you, in Europe, in the country which I have lived for a long time, 45 years, the government give subsidization to the farmers that they can sell the milk to the company to make milk production for drinking for the children, all kind of production. They make it cheaper. For example, in Europe, you can buy 1 liter of milk for 56 cents in euro, mm-hmm. which means 10 pound or 11 pound. We buy now 21 pound for 1 bottle mm-hmm. of milk. Why? It's too much. Mm-hmm. Too much for the normal Egyptian to drink milk. Mm-hmm. So people cannot use it. So we need to start well. We have aggregate at the end of the year.
We have 2 minutes to go, actually. So
okay. We can aggregate land for the cows, and then for milk production, like we aggregate lands for the wheat and the maize.
That could be other projects.
That's what
Definitely.
I'm talking about.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. And the water, it has to be water purification everywhere, that the children can drink clean water. This is health. This is health which we can make it for nothing.
Well, it has been done here, but then, we could talk about purification of water, or, distillation of water is happening, but then maybe, in some other parts are changing now in Upper Egypt, and, the projects are going in there in order to do that.
I'm dreaming of the time that every Egyptian can open the tap at home and drink the tap water, and not to buy water from abroad, from outside. This is health. I am dreaming of the time that every child in Egypt can drink milk daily, can drink a bottle of milk daily like they do in Europe. I am dreaming of the time that every Egyptian can buy bread and you can use it for the second day. That's three things.
I use for the second day, it's very good. It depends what you buy.
Well, maybe you buy super bread, but I'm talking about...
No super bread, from, any of the bread.
I'm talking about the normal Egyptian bread, which they sell it in the bakery.
We buy it, the village bread.
Okay.
You have to keep it, in the fridge if you want, and you keep it in plastic bag, and you keep it there, it stays there.
Maybe.
So it's not the bad, there is some, there were some complaints about that, but not everybody is like, they made it better.
Like the president say, we have to dream that we can make it true. So I'm dreaming of the time for the three things to be improved, that we can have better health for every child and every Egyptian.
And remember, dreams, can become reality, definitely become reality. So thank you very much for Dr. Abbas for being with us. It's always a pleasure, and see you again as we develop on and on. So I'd like to thank everybody for being there. We'll see you next week. Until we see you again, God bless Egypt, God bless Egyptians, God bless our army, our white army, our police, and our president, and God bless the world. And as we end, enter Egypt, God willing, safe, ادخلوا مصر إن شاء الله آمنين. From the Holy Quran and quoting from the Holy Bible, Mubarak Shabi Misr, blessed be Egypt, my people. I'm Nabi Nazim signing off. Goodbye for now.